Hi everybody. Hello everybody, sorry. Welcome back to my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Azata playthrough. Last time we said we were going to go to the Temple of the Good Hunt. We've kind of come up and done some of the locations that are up and around here. Did Wargif's thing, searched there. And then at the end we got attacked by a dragon, which did worry me for a minute, but it turned out to be a scripted... Well, not a scripted event necessarily, but it was like the dragon flew away after we hit it a couple times. We didn't have to actually fight it all the way. But we are going to rest, I think. Yes. Yes, we are. Yeah, Ruchelet is still the best at camouflage. You guys can stay there. Begin resting. When I feel like I'm struggling with the desire to do evil, I look at the stars or the clouds. I like it when clouds are in the shape of something else, like a castle, a mountain, a fat fluffy rabbit. So many of these sleeping things are voiced that it feels weird when you get to the ones that aren't voiced. They're almost fewer and far between. Which is not the case for the rest of the game, where voice... Wow, it's really inching me forward there. Where the there's much less of the actual game is voiced than non-voiced. And oh, hello Georgie. In general, I don't really mind that either. I'm not again. I quite like partial voice acting as a structure for games. At least games like this. If the game's short enough, then full voice acting is fine. But if you see the kind of chunks of dialogue that this game has, if you actually try to voice that, it'd take absolutely ages to just sit there and listen to everyone talking. So I quite like it when a game gives you a voice for a character, so you know what they're meant to sound like, and then lets you, you can have that voice in your head when it goes on to the reading, the reading parts. I know that full voice acting is typically more popular, and I can understand that. Sometimes it was a headache trying to read through everything. Oh, that's a nice big group. Maybe we'll do let's do a fireball here. And then this magic missile's not that... doesn't do that much damage. I'd be curious to test out the wizards that we got as well to see if they're better. Like it when we get a second shot? Oh. Okay, you guys go around here. Give the zombies a whack. Okay, do lay hands on others. On the whites. We're fine. More than fine. Try and kill these whites, see if you can get a good hit. Better than nothing. Yeah, you should start whittling down this group of whites. Whites are definitely the tougher one. And then let's use the healing spells, because they're extra effective against these guys. These undead beings. Stab, stab. Hell Knights can come around here, do a good hit. Lay hands on others. Cool. Having nearly 100 Hell Knights is very nice. They're very strong, and so when you have this many, it Definitely makes them the bulk of your offensive power, at least unit wise. Done. Before I started recording, I went round and just built some more stuff in a lot of our forts, because it's a bit tedious to watch. The mine was once filled with the undead, but has now been cleaned. When demons got close to the mine, to save themselves, the miners blocked the entrance, hoping that help would arrive before they starved to death. Alas, help never arrived, and those trapped suffered a truly horrible fate. Daily material point increase, which isn't bad. We could go for this fort. I think when you take new forts is when it kind of triggers a new attack, but we might as well clear out this top area. What's this army like? 555 cultists. Okay. Okay. As long as the general doesn't have spell power like we do, I'm not worried. Let's do a fireball for sure. I doubt this will kill 555 cultists, but not bad. Maybe you guys can get lucky and take out the incubi. Close enough. Yeah, finish them off. Perfect. Bring the dogs in. Oh, okay, they do have a spell. Ugh. Well, that's not too nice. Is there any chance we can kill these in the following turn? Because if not, I'll heal up a bunch of our archers to get some more infirmary space. It's not looking hopeful. Just shoot them for now. If we're gonna do a spell, I'll do it on the dog's turn. Okay, Hell Knight's doing nearly 100 is nice. Oh, actually, lay hands on others. That's a bit better. Okay. Okay, so I definitely can't kill them this turn. In that case, bring the archers up to full health. Another fire. Okay. That's a bit nasty. Heal the Hell Knights. Do a spell on them. Take a shot. You come running round. I'd like to get the infirmary back to 0, but something tells me that's not going to happen. Well, not at least to 0, but so we're not losing anything. Because these guys are probably going to do another area of effect attack, aren't they? Here we come. This might be a more substantial loss than I thought initially. Come on, get a good roll. Ah, there you go. That's what we want to see. Okay. Now I'm not worried. The rest should be able to finish the job before the demon's turn. Lovely jubbly. No losses. Well, yeah, 35 clerics back. That's what we like to see. Huge clefts have been hewn into the rocky land, leaving only a high, narrow passage, wide enough for a rank of only 5 soldiers. Demons put up a fierce defence of the cliffs above, but were slaughtered. So now Crusaders can take control of this advantageous defensive position. That we can. Now we're running a bit low on mana, so we could just wait. Or we could push forward. Yeah. We don't wait. We go full steam ahead. Ugh, giant spiders. Nasty. Do a fireball. You're more likely to kill these ones. So have a go. Perfect. Something tells me this stops you from moving. Okay, kill them. Wonderful. Bring out your dogs. Yeah, stops you from moving. Perfect. Basically the one thing that can make the Hell Knights not that useful. Magic missile. Then we'll save the mana. We can handle this with the rest of our army. It doesn't matter if we lose the dogs. I mean, on an emotional level it does, but in terms of infirmary size, because the dogs are a summons, it makes sense to send them up as a distraction. Give me another shot with the archers, would be nice. Oh, they can move again. Lovely. One more magic missile. Finish the job. Perfect. That's what we like to see. The grove had long been dry and dead. The spiders that once accompanied it have been slaughtered. Monstrous web cocoons hang from the branches, containing the remains of their victims and a certain number of useful items that miraculously were not dissolved in the spider's corrosive drool. Chainmail of the dragonfly. Okay. Something we can sell. I am going to wait a bit before going there, because I would like to have some spells available. Okay, let's get on with this. Temple of the Good Hunt. Do you want to enter this location? Yes, please. Don't really know what's here. I'm assuming a temple. That would make the most sense.
You're a good person. I like you.
Oh, thank you, Amber. I wonder if she still says that if you're playing an evil character. It's quite funny to just, yeah, go around doing horrible things and then have Emma be like, you're a good person. Although that is what she's like, isn't it? She thinks everyone's a good person, even if they're literally burning her at the stake. She's still like, oh yeah, no, they're still good people. So she's a little crazy. She's not at all selective in her assignment of moral character. She's just sees the absolute good in everything, even if there is definitely nothing there.
Am I doing it wrong?
No, Ember. Never do it wrong. Just some precautionary buffing. A mass mage armor spell would be very much appreciated. I mean, I haven't really looked into the modding scene for this game much. I assume there is one. And if there's a modding scene, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a mod that addresses some of the issue, the tediousness of doing all your buffs. But I haven't really looked into it. Okay, Daeran. Just do bark skin on the close range ones. We don't need it on everybody. Give yourself Archon's Aura. Give Nest Crusader's Edge. Just do it to her for now. Do a prayer. And give yourself Angelic Aspect as well. Wargif. Turn on your mutagen. Give some characters False Life.
Not be trifled with.
That's fine for now.
Rules are made to be broken.
Okay.
Precisely.
Let's look around this temple. Nothing over here. There is a way to go over here. Okay, we'll check out the temple first before we go. Maybe that's just another way out, to be fair. Might just be another area exit. Temple of the Good Hunt. I'm sensing a puzzle. Oh? Oh, hello. This is the guy that, he was our cleric for a little while. It appears there is a carefully concealed doorway in this place. Kyado, Kyado? Yeah, sure. The young cleric lets out a loud scream and addresses you in a quavering voice. I beg you, don't touch that door. Remind me, who are you? I discovered a concealed door in the temple. Where does it lead? Kyado's face goes grey, and he falters and stutters over his words. What door? Oh, the door. It leads into the cellar. There's nothing there interesting behind that door. Sweat breaks out on the cleric's forehead as he looks at you with pleading eyes. A good intimidate, okay. You're hiding some terrible secret. If you continue to do so, one of your flock will suffer. Is that what you want? That feels like a strange good option. Succeed at an intimidation check. Kyado looks on the verge of tears. It's all Zandra. She's a witch. She came here one night, threatened to torture me, and demanded I let her into the crypt. She said that her friends would be coming here sometimes, and that then she placed a curse on me. If I allow anyone other than initiate servants of Baphomet into the crypt without her permission, a brood of rats will appear in my stomach and they will gnaw me from the inside out. But I want to live. I'm no warrior. I'm a humble shepherd. And I never said a word to anyone. They go in there and do things. They whisper. I'm afraid to go in. And you can't go in. There's no one in there now anyway. Zandra hasn't been here for many days, and Erastil willing, she won't come again, accursed witch. Oh, okay. I want to know more about this temple and everything connected to it. Where to begin? This temple is dedicated to Delamere. Oh, I mean, of course, it's a temple of Erastil. But Delamere was the prior of this temple. I mean, no, I'm the prior of this temple, and she is like its blessed Mother Superior, its patroness. The young man falls into a confused silence and looks pleadingly at you. What is it like to be a prior? Oh, it's terrifying. I live here alone, you see. People travel a great distance to come here, but I have been given an important task. Here in the World Wound, these temples are needed more than ever, so that people don't lose their faith. But that doesn't stop my legs shaking in terror. When I think of my teacher Rathamus, rest his soul, I just feel like running away. Rathamus was turned into a ghoul when we were attacked by gargoyles. I swear I would have run long ago. But one thing keeps me here. Erastil would not have granted me these spells for no reason. I cannot let him down, or the people. I can't let them down either. Well, you just told us that you're not here for that reason. I guess we should have talked to him before clicking on the door. This place frightens you, but you're still here. You should be proud of that. Kyado smiles bashfully. Erastil is with me. If my faith is strong, his antlers will protect me from evil demons. He won't let them devour me. Tell me about Delamere. She lived in these parts back when Sarkoris was still standing. She was a priestess of Erastil, and the Khelids deeply respected her for her hard nature and her unshakable faith. Erastil blessed her with various wonders, and the common folk knew that she would stand up for them. Delamere did not like city life. She said cities encourage vile deeds and corruption of the soul. She said that people ought to live in small clans, where everyone knows everyone, where everyone is kin, and where every person has a duty to the rest. You can't hide your sins in a village. In a village, everyone knows what kind of person you are. She had a revelation, and she would travel around the villages and see how many people lived there. If any settlement had more than 53 souls, she drove out all the rest and told them to settle elsewhere. It's a bit extreme, because otherwise the villages would have grown and turned into little towns. Her methods were harsh, of course, but people still listened to her, because Erastil himself was on her side. She had an edge to her. She single-handedly chased off whole bands of marauders that harassed villagers. Oh, I remember hearing stories about her. Delamere was a strange one, all right. She wasn't wrong about cities. They're all dung heaps, and the people who live in them are swindlers through and through. But she had no right to tell people how they should live. If she had tried anything like that in our village, we would have sent her running back to Erastil. After she died, this temple was built in her honour, in the place where Erastil gifted her his relics. They say it was here that a white stag emerged from the forest and spoke to her in a human voice, telling her that she should hunt it, because it was the will of her lord. Delamere tracked that stag for 3 days and 3 nights through the forests, and when she ran it to ground, she made its antlers into a bow and its hide into armour, and that bow never misses, and Erastil himself blessed that armour so that it repels the strikes of enemies. So she's buried here, is what you're saying? There's got to be a crypt or something like that, right? Could there be any valuables lying around in there, do you think? What valuables? The young man's voice hardens all of a sudden. There are no valuables in there, and you had better stop thinking what you are thinking just now. Did you really drive people out of their villages? That's ridiculous. Kyado heatedly responds, his voice trembling in anger. It's not ridiculous. It might sound strange, but Erastil blessed Delamere alone, and he gave her wisdom and power. I want to know more about Erastil's teachings. Erastil is an old god, back from the times when there were no such things as towns. Simple he is, and good, and he wants people to be the same. He wants them to live in small settlements where everyone knows each other. He wants them to value the simple joys of life and not vacacious pondering. He wants people to earn their bread honestly, through hunting, crafts, farming and fishing. He especially prizes hunting, of course, when it is for sustenance rather than sport. He is both stag and hunter. He favours both guises. Erastil does not like finery, and he demands no special ceremonies. He used to simply appear before hunters and rangers and offer his wisdom. But when he is angered, he is terrifying. If someone harms the country folk, takes pleasure in hurting animals, or spoils the crops, that person may well take an arrow from Erastil, and his bow knows no mercy. It is the father of all bows, for it was Erastil who taught people how to shoot. Everything is clear. It was my pleasure to be of service, Commander. Have you heard of my new powers? Your power's hard to miss. It's like grass growing through stones, stubborn, full of life and unpredictable. Sometimes it seems like I can sense your approach from afar, like a gust of warm wind or the freshness in the air that comes before a storm. There is goodness in your power, but there is something else that frightens me. It's too unpredictable, and it seems to me that you cannot fully control it. Grass between stones, to grow, the grass must destroy solid ground. But something that may have been standing on all that solid foundation. Something may have relied on its firmness. I'm sorry, I can't express myself more clearly. You should be speaking to someone who is truly wise about this. I need the services of a cleric. I'll be glad to help, Commander. I have kept all of Rathamus's scrolls and have even managed to learn a few of his tricks. I study languages so I can read foreign scrolls. Rathamus used to call me Polyglutton. I never met a foreign language I didn't want to sink my teeth into. The young man seems to preen slightly. Oh, this is just purchasing stuff. Oh, we did want to buy the red salamander ring, didn't we? Oh, and there's some decent rings here. Headbands here, sorry. Okay. That's fine for now. Let's talk to Kyado. What an honour it is to see you again, Commander. Welcome to the Temple of Bellamir the Blessed. As the temple's prior, I offer my greetings. At the word prior, the priest's face flushes pink. We don't need reminding who he is. I did remind him myself. I want to go inside the crypt. The cleric's resistance is hanging by a thread. His lips are trembling and his voice drops to a whisper. I have the key, but what right do you have to... Okay, we're not angel or trickster, so there's some special options here for that. We're not going to threaten him into giving the key. We'll do the good. You betrayed your flock. If you have even an ounce of conscience left, you'll give me the key. Kaido's face reddens in shame. With a trembling hand, he gives you the key. The final words sound unexpectedly clear and crisp. Don't go in there. Okay. We will decide whether or not we go in the crypt. Although I do know what happens if you go in the crypt.
What's that glitter?
Okay. There's a trap there. A Rouchelet or Woolgif. Either of you will do. I don't think there's going to be any enemies here, but just in case.
This is my kind of work.
Always watch your back.
I think his warning was pretty... I don't really want to subject him to rats appearing in his chest. Oh, Specimen 367, Finian Dismar, Test Report 1. Something about Finian. Master, the first stage of the testing process was a success. Specimen 367, Finian Dismar, turned into a sword on command. The sword possesses sufficient sharpness and the ability to adjust the wielder's strike. It beheaded a crusader with a single blow. A clean cut. The blade is undamaged. Additional notes. The specimen makes unwanted noises resembling weeping. No reaction to threats. Aw, Finian. Have you mentally blocked out being used to kill crusaders? Because he didn't seem to remember any of that himself. Let's pick this lock too.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Oh. Can look at that later. What's this? Oh! Oh, I didn't realise that actually opened the door. Okay, he's not dead yet. I guess he dies if we go in.
Wow. Hello there.
I didn't realise that was the triggering mechanism that opened the door.
This is my kind of work.
Oh, but the temptation is there now. Elven note. Oh, great. Something else for the storyteller. If he ever shows up again. A belt. I'm hoping that's a level 4 dexterity. And magical essence. Oh, nice. This place is definitely worth coming to. Belt of incredible dexterity 4. Wonderful. Yeah, we'll definitely give that to Nest. Go back to no constitution, but that's fine. We can give this to... let's give it to a Woolgif. Yeah, that's fine with me. Oh, we were going to give some braces to Woolgif too, weren't we? Let's do that now. So these +3 bonus on damage rolls with the offhand weapon when dual wielding, which Woolgif is. So you can have that. Belt of Demonic Shadow. Whenever the wearer of this belt casts a spell of level 6 or higher, it summons a CR7 Shadow Demon to fight alongside the wearer for 2 minutes. Only one such demon can be present on the battlefield. If the demon is already summoned, casting a new spell of level 6 or higher will heal it for 2d6 hit points. Daeran's Gift. An exquisite pendant shaped like a key. If you look at the key from a specific angle, the pattern of its engraving forms the letter of your first name. Oh, did he give us that when he gave us the gifts to the crusade? I guess so. Ultimate Predator. These knee pads grant their wearer a +2 insight bonus on attack and damage rolls made with natural weapons against animals. Okay. We might as well give them to Ivu for now, but I think I prefer the other one that we have. I wonder if wearing this will be part of the next next step in Daeran's romance line. But we're not romancing Daeran. He teases us, so we tease him back. It's a harmless back and forth. The priest looks at you warily. Greetings, Commander. I suppose you've come to go into the crypt. Yes? Remind me, who are you? Oh yeah, he's already said all this to us. At first I served as a novice under the venerable Rathamus, but now he's gone and I've been left on my own. Rathamus and I marched on Dresden with your forces. We fought in your host. And then when the demons were driven out, I came here. This temple is centuries old. Erastil's worshippers have come here in their hundreds in the past. But even now we get the odd pilgrim wandering in. And that's why I wanted to take over this temple. Someone ought to take care of this sacred place. I have to go. May Erastil bless your crusade, Commander. I don't especially want to kill him by going into the tomb. He said there was someone making him do it. I'd rather find out who that is and see if we can get the curse removed first. Oh, maybe come back later. Hope opening the door doesn't affect anything, because it was an accident. Yeah, nothing over here. Okay. Why is Ulbrich over here? Oh, he's not. For some reason the map has bugged out and has got a permanent Ulbrich standing there. Let's leave. We're not gonna risk Kyado's life right away. Okay, so we can now reach Greyball's quest. Maybe we'll do that. Do that next. We can also reach Green Gates. What's the quest that wants to send us to Green Gates? No, don't show complete ones. Demon Heresy. Go to Green Gates. What should one do when a demon claiming to be a threat? Oh, this is the yeah, this is what the tip Arushale gave us about specially enhanced demons. I've just been using this week our army to sort of fill out gaps in our map. I'm not going to send them any further forward that way because they will not beat that army at all. You lose morale points if you have armies die, so it's not worth kind of prodding them. If you can help it anyway. What's up? Interesting. Okay. Let's head back to Dresden. Oh, enchanting the crest of the fallen knight. Everything is ready for the relic's augmentation. Cool. The clerics are divided on whether Melinda Linz was a hero or a blackguard. Some want to pray to good deities for him, others wish to stigmatize his name. Oh, I guess this decides what the effect is. You can cover yourself in an invisible corrupted fire. Under this effect, your spells deal unholy damage. Let's just do the good one. While wearing this spell, a monk can spend 1 key point to enshroud the target's heart and lungs in a fine veil of emerald. Affected creatures become more fragile. Yeah, we'll do this one. The sins of the fallen knight, Melander Linz, might have been great, but he was driven by a desire to fight evil. A common prayer by the priest lightened the draconian sentence handed down to Linz after death. His crimes were forgotten, and the seal of darkness was taken from his name and legacy. Oh, we've got a free decree. We could do another diplomatic council one. Could do another relic. A few other relics. We'll strengthen diplomatic connections because it only takes a day. So by the time we get back, we can activate it. And we've got 2 events waiting for us. Some strange drunkard is claiming that the commander is obliged, yes obliged, to grant him an audience. And meeting with Daeran. Daeran wishes to speak to you in private. Daeran, you are coming on strong. Okay. Let's head back to Dresden, and then I think our next move will either be to go to Green Gates or to Grimwood. I think we'll probably do Grimwood first, because he said that he didn't want us to waste his time. I don't want him to just suddenly show up and be like, yo, you owe me more money for messing about. Evade. Don't need to fight enemies. Enter. Oh yeah, Woljif wanted to talk to us too. Okay, we'll go to the streets, we'll talk to Woljif, and then we will go and do the, more court events, I think. I do enjoy the immersion of kind of running the crusade, but I mean, like I said, I think it's mostly the size of Dresden that makes it a bit tedious. And it'll be easier once we've got a teleportation circle in Dresden, so we can then go out and come back quite quickly. We also have to wait 2 weeks for our court, our special Azata court, to be finished, so we don't want to rush things too much, because there's plenty to do there. Oh. Daeran looks a little, the merest trifle, more serious than usual. Nest, we need to talk. Under strictest confidence, I am going to invite you to a not a date. Yes, you heard me correctly. A not a date. If by some chance you imagine you see wine, cushions, and treats laid out before you, you should know that it is merely an optical illusion. Great, I actually have some free time for a not a date. First, you give me roses that have nothing to do with courting me. Then you run me a bath under the pretext of the commander needs a wash. And now this? Exactly! I am obviously not interested in you. I am making no attempts to impress you, and I am definitely not trying to demonstrate any affection for you. Don't you believe me? Daeran looks at you. His eyes are light with sincerity. Ooh. You know what? Why not? Great, I actually have some free time for a not a date. Daeran offers his hand to you gallantly. Allow me, my lady. Do we get to see the date, or does it happen off screen? I'm hoping we get to see it. And not just a black screen. Time passed 5 hours 34 minutes, so I guess not. I'm sorry, Daeran, but really I intend to woo Ruchelet. We might have to let him down at this point. But this is a nice setup. Wow. The longer he spends alone with you, the more Daeran seems to shed his usual acerbity. It's a new word to me. His hair is tousled and the ties on his shirt have been loosened. He sits back, looking completely at ease. while his hands are lively and elegantly expressive, punctuating his speech. Maybe we can fix him. So, here we are, alone at this utterly insignificant, tedious business meeting. Would you be so kind as to suggest a conversation starter? We need something boring and practical to talk about. Boring and practical, as you know, is not exactly my forte. Yeah, poetry is definitely the romantic option. Let's do the best way to scrub pots. We're gonna challenge his nobility. Oh, this is the perfect topic for me. I possess such vast experience in this arena, after all. So, pots. I know of their existence, so that's a start. I first encountered the necessity of scrubbing pots after joining your delightful party. You may be familiar with this remarkable sensation. When you make a new acquaintance, but you instantly hate everything about them? Well, that sums up my attitude towards pots. Oh, I could spend hours describing my loathing for them. Daeran's eyes sparkle teasingly. Are you absolutely positive you don't want me to stop now? Smile wickedly. We're not going to kiss you, Daeran. Sorry, mate. Smile wickedly. You drove yourself into this trap. Now you must continue. Oh yes, I did drive myself into this trap. Daeran looks directly into your eyes. My thoughts are all adrift. I guess I shan't be able to maintain a boring conversation. It is beyond me. He moves closer, just a little, and takes your hand. I wonder if I shall come to regret this. You're dangerous, I know it. We could cuddle up to him. That's kind of the sincere option. Lift his chin with your hand and look into his eyes. If you try to pass this off as another one of your jokes, I'll send you back to Mendev immediately on a donkey stark naked. Or we could just stand... So I am tempted now. I know originally we were just joking, but now it's... So what you're waiting for is a bit boring. I wish there was a more kind of just step back and leave. I've had enough of this. I wish there was another option to be like, look, I enjoyed the jokes, but I don't think of you that way. I do want to. I want to do the romance with Erastil because she's the actual kind of Desnan character. She's almost perfect for an Azata playthrough. Step back and leave. Okay, we'll stop leading him along. I've had enough of this. Aw. Daeran clenches his teeth, bitterness and anger warring on his face. But at last he bites out the words, "As you wish, Commander." Sorry, Daeran. We shouldn't have led you on. But you're so obnoxious that you ask, and then we still got your flowers. Captain Odin salutes you and looks over the military council intently. Our intelligence was correct. Khorramzadin's host marches on Dresden. In his position, the wisest course of action upon reaching the walls would be to lay siege and wear down our forces with nuanced raids. However, in my experience tells me that he will act differently. This is going to be a full-on assault, a decisive display of his power. When the enemy moves in on our position, we must meet them with a hail of arrows from the walls, gaining the full advantage of our superior defensive position. To prepare our army for this battle, I propose to pass a reform and increase the presence of ranged troops in our ranks. I do like ranged troops. I believe light-armed slingers, a great number of whom can be trained quickly, will be adequate for our purposes. Sealer, and once the demons get to them, every one of those slingers will be slaughtered. I say we only recruit experienced, seasoned rangers who have travelled far and wide and know how to defend themselves in any situation. Oh, we haven't heard from Regil in ages. Hey, Regil. Captain Odin is correct to assume that our ranged troops can manage with light armaments. However, the troops themselves must be of exemplary quality to complete the task at hand. I suggest we pick the most adept archers we have, and have them undergo rigorous training until they become true marksmen. In every forest where animals are found, there are hunters plying their trade. These folks don't need to be taught how to shoot. They can rely on their keen eye and steady hand every day to put food on the table for their families. Put a call out for hunters, pay them what they're worth, and let them kill cultists and oglins for us, instead of rabbits and deer. Why is Karamzaden so intent on reclaiming Dresden? By capturing this city, we have gone on the offensive for the first time in decades. We have broken the established mould. That which is taken by demons rarely escapes their grasp. The liberation of Dresden could become a symbol of new hope for mortal kind, and Karamzaden seeks to smother that hope in its cradle. Moreover, Dresden is a well-positioned foothold that strengthens both the World Wound and northern Mendev. Karamzaden cannot fail to appreciate its significance. But there is also a more pragmatic reason. Back in the day, Karamzaden planned to capture Dresden himself, but Minago beat him to it. If he takes it back now, he will finally have his glory, as well as further humiliating Minago. I want to hear the opinion of my advisors. Everyone looks at you expectantly. Why Rangers, Sealer? We can't bolster our ranks with hunters and shepherds who can shoot an arrow but don't know anything about melee combat. War is not shooting partridges out of the sky. The demons could easily break through our ranks and attack our archers, and what happens then? A massacre that will leave us digging graves for a bunch of boys and girls? Rangers, on the other hand, spend their whole lives travelling, and they know what it's like to rely on no one but themselves. They're battle-hardened, and they can wield both a bow and a blade to fend off a dangerous foe if need be. In worrying about the lives of individual soldiers, we must not put their safety above expediency. The price of defeat will not be the loss of the entire army. The price of defeat will be the loss of the entire army, not just a few soldiers. Regil, tell me more about snipers. If we take 100 archers and work them to the bone, in time we will discover a dozen with real talent. They must be able to remain completely focused on their combat objective, taking out one opponent after another, and the infantry's duty is to shield such valuable assets from any attacks, with their bodies if necessary. Ulbrich, how will hunters help us? City folk always have to go divvying everything up. One person knows how to hunt a grouse, another knows how to pluck it, a third knows how to cook it. That's not how we do things in a village. In a village, every person is a hunter, a ploughman, and, if needs must, a warrior. These are experienced people, tough, hardened by life itself, and they know that if they don't stop this invasion, their homeland could become part of the World Wound too. Most of these hunters will never see their homes again, so what if they know how to handle a bow? They're still civilians. It's our duty to protect them, not send them off to the slaughter. Captain Odin, can slingers compare to experienced archers? Of course not. A sling is not an accurate weapon, but it is cheap and easy to learn. Slingers training is inexpensive and brief. Any commoner can pick up the basics and will be able to bring a large number of ranged troops onto the battlefield. Their numbers will compensate for their lack of skill. Sealer's expression darkens. Untrained, practically unarmed peasants in the rear. A perfect target. Everything's clear to me now. This is quite easy for me. I'm going to go Regil. We already have some marksmen, and I don't like the... Archers are pretty much never in melee combat unless things are going really bad, so I don't really like Sealer's idea of having... spreading their ability between two. See what axe hunters are like. They do seem to get 2 shots, 18 to 23. And then snipers, marksmen. Yeah, we're going to go marksman. We're going to listen to Regil. I prefer to strengthen the army with snipers. Regil nods silently. I hope these measures will be enough to repel Karamzaden's onslaught, and if not, those who come to take our place will learn from our mistakes and fare better. That was slightly cutting, Odin. Oh, hello, Daeran. Feeling awkward, are we? Lady Konomi. Commander, it is time for you to play a more prominent role in Mendev's politics. Fortunately, the ideal opportunity has just presented itself. A conflict is brewing in the capital. A clique of aristocrats displeased with the Royal Council is scheming against Her Majesty's loyal servants. It's the usual power struggle. Something of this sort occurs every couple of years in any civilized society. Your entrance on the political stage is long overdue. Given that your opinion in Mendev is outstandingly well respected, the Royal Council has decided to make use of it. They are expecting you to denounce publicly the nobles attempting to challenge their rule. Social. I suggest we publicly address Her Majesty and claim that we are being drawn into an intrigue. Let the Queen know that we're loyal only to her, not to any of her servants or subjects. Sounds like we're not the only ones bored of the Royal Council. Let us support the disgruntled nobles, and Cousin Galfrey's advisors will have too much on their plate to worry about us. Lan, I say we don't get involved in someone else's squabble, and just to make it clear, we'll write a public statement to the people of Mendev that we will have the commander plainly say, your bickering is not my problem. Leave me alone. Woljif, both the council and the aristocrats want to stop us supporting their opponent, right? Well, let's just get a payoff from both for not messing with their business. That way we can come out with a little something something and don't ruffle anyone's feathers. Why am I being pulled into Mendev's intrigues? You are part of those intrigues whether you want it or not. Political influence is an unavoidable part of your position. In the hands of Mendev, you're a priceless tool, and the Royal Council won't pass up a single opportunity to use you for the good of the nation. By holding a parade in Her Majesty's honour, we have shown the Royal Council that you listen to their suggestions. As I promised, the nobility now regards you as a potential ally instead of a potential problem, and you are free to use your influence for the good of the crusade. Oh, so that did come back that we did that. Okay, I'll try and do the other ones then, that were temporary buffs. Let's see what the council has to say. I do hope that everyone in this room is aware of the potential benefits of a good relationship with the Royal Council. Social, what will we gain from a show of loyalty to Galfrey? It will remind everyone of the proper behaviour of true servants of the Crown. Queen Galfrey is our sovereign, leader of the crusade, and protector of Mendev. In the hour when all her subjects have abandoned their commitments and descended into petty squabbles, we should refresh their memory on the meaning of loyalty and duty. And the Queen, I'm sure, will appreciate our endeavours. The title of Her Majesty's Good Boy is almost yours, Social. Keep this up and you'll earn yourself a tasty treat. Alright, Daeran, what reason do we have to support the rowdy nobles? Like you have any love for the Royal Council. If we support the aristocracy, it will cause a power struggle between them and the council, and everyone will leave us be. Besides, the nobility has access to forces that are very much comparable to those of Galfrey's advisors, and we could use those forces. I would not recommend it. Count Arande is simply entertaining himself by turning the Royal Council against you. Lan, what's the point of addressing the people? Like a true caveman, I believe in naive fairy tales. For example, I believe that the nobility and the members of the Royal Council still have a shred of conscience left. If people look at them and say, stop the infighting, who knows, it might work on someone. And if not, well, at least we can count on the support of the common folk. Ha! That part about conscience was a knee slapper, and the whole common folk support thing was pretty out there too. We've got nobles and the crown feeding us resources, and it's still not enough. How are we going to wage war on chump change from bakers and grocers? Woljif, please elaborate on your strategy of non-interference. So how these things work on the street, right? Smaller gangs split up the territory, shake down the shopkeepers, and give a cut to the top dog, so that they sit tight without muscling in on the smaller gangs' business. Because if the top dog is unhappy with the cut that hits the street, it's a turf war, and everyone loses a whole lot more. We'll do the same. The nobles don't want us to support the Royal Council. The Council is scared of us backing the nobles. Make them take out their wallets and send us a lot of troops. And we'll just sit tight and kill demons without worrying about their games. But if we run out of troops, we'll drop by the capital for one heck of a turf war. Except we're not a gang. and the commander was given the power to wage a holy war, not to rob shopkeepers and terrorise townsfolk. Lady Konomi, how will the Royal Council repay us for our support? Spoken like a true politician, Commander. Very well, let us talk price. Lady Konomi looks at you with a smug, somewhat predatory smile. I can guarantee you that, in return for your loyalty, the Royal Council will ensure the stability of equipment deliveries in the future. Quite convenient, don't you think? Having no one twisting your arm with threats or supply shortages. That sounds like a threat. She glances at you with an obvious hint. Furthermore, the Royal Council may review Dresden's reinforcement plan. Mendev has plenty of garrisons holding an excess of troops. You need them more than they do. Today we're pacifying recalcitrant nobles, and then what? Stamping out peasant revolts? I must have dozed off when the priest of Iomade was mentioning that commandment. Fight demons, but never forget about the whims of the powerful. I kind of agree with Lan there. Now everything is clear. In that case, I trust you will make a wise decision that will delight the Royal Council. We're not doing socials, unless this is really good. 12 paladins and 13 champions are recruited. Oh, and that's something we can do over and over again, isn't it? But it costs money. Lan, people's help. I'm somewhat on board with this. 35 light cavalry and 75 shield bearers. No, thank you. From a role-playing standpoint, I do quite like Lands. And Woolgifs as well, to be fair. Oh wait, what's Daeran's? Help the noble houses. 12. What's for Cuirassier? That's new to me. Help of noble houses decree. 20 marksman's nice, but now we get marksman every turn, so we're not helping the Royal Council. Yeah, 70 slingers and 100 conscripts. No. Like, that's terrible. Royal Court's help. 15 hedge knights and 30 headhunters. Oh, headhunters arranged. Okay. I'm tempted to do Daeran's. Maybe to Mentai. You know, I think Daeran's the sort of person that needs to be told no. So maybe I think it's the right thing that we hit him with a rejection. Although he didn't seem happy. Unlocks the help of the noble houses decree. I mean, 75 shield bearers is a lot. That is quite useful. It might be good to shore up some of our defensive armies. Yeah, let's go with Lan. Lan, have the address to the people prepared. Let them know we take no part in politicians' games. Nice. If the high and mighty want to settle their scores with our help, they can do it right here. The Royal Council on the right flank, the nobles on the left. Whomever kills the most demons wins. This meeting is adjourned, but I'm certain that the crusade will require another decision from the Diplomatic Council. And before that happens, Commander, I ask that you consider whether or not it's worth losing the Royal Council as an ally. Alright, Lady Konomi. Fabardine. You see a Kelid, around 50 years old, dressed in a doublet that looks older than its owner. Once it may have been expensive, but now it's worn and patched. A scabbardless sword hangs on his belt, covered in such a thick layer of rust that it looks more like a club. His flushed, swollen face, spongy nose, and the dark circles beneath his eyes suggest that he is a heavy drinker. When he opens his mouth to speak, your suspicions is confirmed by the stench of stale alcohol on his breath. So you're the commander, huh? It's a cosy little place you got yourself here. All these walls, polished furniture, solid, commendable. Why, I think I'll give you a medal for this. A medal? You're too kind. Don't mention it. I'm a generous soul. But I'm also fair. I dish out medals and I punish as I please. Who am I? Not just your average citizen. The man groans as he straightens up, affecting a proud, noble bearing insofar as his decrepitude allows. You will be pleased to know that I am Thurbadine Quastissimus Hierophantel, rightful heir to the throne of Iz and all Sarkoris. Oh, we passed a knowledge world check. Everyone knows that no king has ever ruled over all Sarkoris, and there is no throne of Iz. How would you know? Have you been to Iz? Have you seen it with your own eyes? You haven't. And if you haven't, maybe there was one. My pops used to tell me about the throne in the palace. It was gold all over, and it was encrusted with all manner of crusty things, like diamonds and fire ants, rubies and buboes. Couldn't take your eyes off of it. That's what kind of throne it was, and it's all mine, mine by right. Can you prove your claim to the throne? Of course. We aren't just some swindlers, we have all of the evidence. Here, look. He takes the rusty sword from his belt and shows you the hilt, which features a nearly worn-off golden crest. The grinning animal it depicts most closely resembles a shabby possum. Here, the royal Smilodon is the ancient symbol of the rulers of Sarkoris. I've also got a wart on my chest. It's the shape of a crown. Of course I'm the heir to the throne. And for those who don't believe me, well, they can get lost. That's what I say. Let them go to Pelur's Fall, where all the kings of Sarkoris are buried. There my entire family tree has been written in stone. Go, read them for yourselves. Pelur's Fall, what's there? Are you deaf or what? You should drink a pine needle infusion. It'll do wonders for your ears, and your eyes too. I'm telling you. All the dead Sarkorians are in the ground. Sarkorian kings are in the ground there. In mausoleums, tomb burials, and those whatchamacallits. Obelisks, that's right. And it's all written there about my ancestors, and about me too. Just go look and everything will make sense. By every law of the land, I'm king. What do you think you're entitled to? We're simple people. We don't need much. No, that's not what I meant. We aren't simple people. We're not simple people at all. We need a great deal. A king's palace, a throne, lands. But all that can wait until you take back his and make all the demons leave. As for now, I wouldn't mind having a king's residence here in Dresden. A place to sleep and some hot food. That'd be a start. Oh, this is trickster only. I see. Why, can we not go and check his credentials? I see. Soldiers, throw this imposter out of here. Oh, there should be an option to be like, wait here, I'm going to go check your credentials. Hey, how could you? Some commander you are. Sorry, mate. I would have loved to have given you a royal residence for your bravery, if nothing else. Knight Commander, greetings. I feel like I haven't talked to Reginald in so long, I need to re-find his voice. Nothing new from Early Sunset. I have to go. Cool thing. Irabeth, you alright? Yep. Nevia, you good? I have to go. Let's look at the Crusade affairs quickly. Diplomatic relations have improved. The Diplomatic Council requests that the Crusade leader attend their meeting and receive an update report. Can we just do that? Where's the... Oh yeah, I think you have to like kind of have a day before they actually appear. We could do a relic. Another relic. I wish they kind of gave you a clue as to what these relics were before you... Like what outcome you'd get for doing them before you actually went about doing it. Yeah, we got some more movement. Let's go hit this army. Oh. Oh, I didn't... Yeah. We are going... Went the long way round, I guess. That was a bit of a waste. Yeah, as much as it's fun toying with Daeran, I don't want to actually. Yeah, I'm dedicated to the idea of having Erastil be our romantic partner. It just fits so perfectly for the. Oh, now we have 62 marksmen. It just fits so perfectly for the Azata path. Yeah, hit the fire elementals, please. Dogs. And it's kind of sad not seeing that number be at 200, but this is definitely better. Yeah, hit the fire elementals there. Oh, wonderful. Finish them off. Get the dogs in the way. These earth elementals seem pretty chunky, so we'll just start peppering them. I think yeah, I'll bring the 10 marksmen that we have in that other army and put them in here as well. Easy. Yeah, just one more magic spell should be fine. These earth elementals are tanky, aren't they? I doubt they do much damage, so it's more just wearing them down. Yeah, that's terrible damage. Lovely. One Hell Knight died, and then was healed. No trouble. Unexpectedly, the enemy's leader's tent turns out to be ship-shape and tidy. Behind glass, an Archimerian Magical College diploma hangs on a post. In the chest, there is a ceremonial graduation robe and several magical inventions and patents, the brainchild of the late cultist leader. One can only speculate on the tragedies that made him lead such a wretched existence. Oh, it's a short bow. Fair enough. Where's the army that has the marksman in? Oh, it's the one up here. Oh, that's convenient. Let's just group these together. Oh, I love it when it so perfectly lines up. There you go, 72 marksman is good. What's our recruitment look like? The light cavalry are just not that good. You paladins can keep looking around. Just filling out these map bits. Uh-huh. And yeah, this scout army you can head back to. Might as well keep you close to Dresden. Cool. And yeah, I'm happy with this army sitting here in case another army, a demon army, tries to attack from this direction. Oh, here we go. There's an army coming from this way. That is the wrong way to attack from, because this is where my main army is. Oh, a rank up. Strengthen the chain of command. Yeah, we'll do that. Decrease army. People's help. Oh yeah, this is the light cavalry and shield bearers. Takes 7 days. But we will do it. Because the last one that we did, it actually fed into the crusade, the court discussion, didn't it? So it's definitely worth doing. Is this a dead end? Why is that a dead end? Yeah, move down here. I think just wait for this army to come up. That's fine for now. You can head back towards here. And then I think we might, yeah, we can now head out to go and do the great. Actually, I'll go sell some stuff. Just do the, yeah, do the run-of-the-mill things. Can't remember if we rested or not, but that's fine. Yeah, just the streets. Oh, we didn't talk to Woljif, did we, either? It brought us straight into the Citadel to have a date with Daeran. Or Daeran. I don't know if it's I think it's Daeran, not I keep saying Daeran. It's Daeran. I mean, that would probably infuriate him if you actually called him that. Maybe we can headcanon it that Ness just mispronounces his name all the time. Oh, we'll turn this off. Don't want to leave that. There you are, Woljif. So, what'd you have to say? Hey, Chief, what a talk? You wanted to tell me something in private. Woljif tries to seem calm, but his tail is lashing nervously. I don't know how to word it, so you don't just drag me straight to the Inquisitors. Is this another secret? You can trust me, I won't tell anyone. Woljif is still alert, but the motion of his tail slows. Fine. I still can't believe you took me back. No one has ever done anything like that for me before. So I guess I can trust you with some things. Not all of them, though. My shadow. Did I tell you it talks now? Well, it happened after I started carrying the Moon of the Abyss with me. And that's not the only thing that happened. It's been giving me strange dreams. Like I'm falling inside, like I'm falling inside some kind of crystal. I keep falling forever. Everything around me is shining. But dreams don't mean anything. I thought it was because the wound is so near, but there's something else. Woljif stays silent for a while, building up his courage. Chief, I'm stronger. My fingers tingle any time I use magic now, like it's dying to come out. I wasn't like this before. I did some magic, but now it's like I can do some real damage, you know? This never happened before I took the moon. Woljif gives you a pleading look. Chief, I don't know what to do with these powers. What if they get stronger? I mean, I've always thought about what I'd do if I was suddenly rich and powerful. I'd show everyone my true worth, but I'm not ready for this. It's too much for a simple fella like me. Yeah, this is my grandfather's inheritance, but why'd he leave it to me? Do you think he really wanted me to become stronger so I could grab what the world owed me? As payment for all the kicks and blows, for all the mockery at the way I was born? What if it's a trap? Let's do the chaotic option. I've never seen anything like this. You need to use this. You need to use its power with caution, and we'll keep an eye on how the amulet works from now on. So that doesn't feel chaotic. I feel like the chaotic option would be like, yeah, have fun with it. But this is that's the evil option, I guess. I guess it's telling him not to just go around and start getting revenge on people for how he was treated. Yeah, we'll do the chaotic option. Woljif smiles condescendingly. I know a cautionary tale. The Golden Hands had a thug, a half-orc who'd bend coins and break bricks with his head for a dare. So once they asked him, can you lift a tower shield with your teeth, no hands? He tried it and all his teeth fell out. All of them, one by one, you know. So he lived on porridge until he kicked the bucket, which happened because he couldn't lisp the password to the hideout. So they shot him with a crossbow on the spot. They figured it out later, and everyone felt bad about it. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. That's when I realised that even if you have the great strength, you need to use your brain too. And now if Voyatel gets me again, I'll be ready. Thanks for understanding, Chief. I don't know what I'd do without you. Voyatel, Yuggerfellas, there are too many demons hanging around you, and the Moon of the Abyss turned out to be of demonic origin as well. Warjif sighs heavily. You think I like it? If it was up to me, I would never have met them. This is how I see it. Yuggerfellas must be my grandfather, since they call me his spawn. Voyatel, that spiked ugly mug, came to try and collect some of the old demon's debt from me. I know how it goes. We have uncles for this in the family. Big thugs, but without the spikes, who go around beating money out of late payers. The Hepzamira he's talking about must be like our sister Kerasimi, but for demons. And old Gramps crossed her somehow and she just can't get over it. You probably stole the Moon of the Abyss from her. I don't know, but I would have. And the moon. Grandpa, you should have left me a note or something. Chief, I think he expected better of me than how I turned out in the end. He probably thought he'd have a smart grandkid who'd know what the moon was for and what to do with it. But he got me. Warjif's tail dropped sadly. So what if he was a demon? I don't want to let him down, you know. He believed in me, I guess. Just you and him, Chief. The only two people in the whole world who believe in me. That's why I have to figure this thing out. I have to go. Let's talk later. Whatever, you're free to do as you please. Where's Wilser? He's around here somewhere, isn't he? Where is Wilser? Is he gone? Where's Wilser gone? Oh, there he is. Oh, that's good. I've got a little something for you, Commander. The quartermaster smiles and lowers his voice. Like a conjurer, Wilser produces a fairly large purse from somewhere under his shirt. The lads decided to chip in. You've been taking care of us, Commander, so we decided to take care of you. Please, take this gift. Get yourself a magic ring or a new helmet. We'll be very happy if you do. Oh, okay. Now, you guys have a drink on me instead. Take this gold and all of you raise a glass to my health instead. The quartermaster blushes slightly. It was supposed to be a gift for you, but I'll do as you say. There will be many wishes of good health and toast to your name later this evening, Commander. Show me what you have. I guess we could have just accepted the gift. That might have been the polite thing to do, but... I don't know. I feel better that the soldiers have a good drink. Yeah, no one's using a great club. We'll sell that. Deal. Oh, a bunch of this is sellable too. Deal. At this point in the game, it's so easy to make money. Alright, what... Okay, I think that's enough for now. But then next time, we will go out with Greybore, I think, and do the Dragon Quest. Yeah, we'll do that next time. Right, thank you for watching. If you want to keep following this series, I'll be posting stuff daily, hopefully. So you can subscribe, or leave a like or a comment if you're feeling generous. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya.